The Warriors won and Steph only had to play 24 minutes? Damn. Why was it? Yeah, Andrew Wiggins, Jonathan Kuminga, and Trayce, Clay off the bench, Chris Paul off the bench, all played incredible games. And the most important one is Andrew Wiggins, who got going early on, was engaged from the start, where they made sure to get him the ball at the start of games, which they should be doing just every game possible to get him a shot. And I mean, maybe give him 2 shots, really, in the first 2 or 3 minutes of the game, to get him engaged within the flow of the game, to get him engaged offensively, to get him engaged defensively on the boards. He had 10 rebounds today, which, remember when he said after the finals that he's never going to average, 4 rebounds per game, and then he went back and averaged 4 rebounds per game? Yeah, this is what you mean by this, right? 6 offensive rebounds. That's all effort and all the engagement he got early on, from starting. 3 assists tonight, also 22 points, 1 block. Just a great Wiggins game. Hopefully it continues, and hopefully we can get this Wiggins more than every once in a month, it feels like. And then Jonathan Kuminga, 26, 5 and 4, 2 steals. Had a really good all-around game. Turned it up to notch in the second quarter, where he apparently got yelled at by a coach, and he just turned it up defensively, and it was probably the best defensive effort I've seen from him. It's obviously not a complete package with him defensively, but it was a really nice improved effort tonight, and offensively he was nasty. The mid-range has been falling. He hit, I would say, the biggest shot of the night in the three-pointer that gave us the 61-58 lead at the end of the second quarter, where I would say his energy brought us over the top, and it was essentially what decided the game, which we took into the third quarter, where we just separated from the Grizzlies with, what was it, like an 18-0 run, I'm pretty sure, and it was like 23-5 overall. So that was beautiful to see, and it was mostly the young guys, right? Draymond obviously did his thing on both ends of the floor tonight, and obviously with the scuffle that resulted in Taylor Jenkins ended up on the floor, but I still would have liked Draymond to sit this game out, honestly, since he still does not move that well. His 3 ball is obviously falling off a cliff, because I don't think he can move as well, as he needs to get under his 3-pointer, to really get the body into it with the bad back. And yeah, we'll see, man. At least he's trying to take them still and keeping the defense honest. But it was a really good Draymond game. Don't get me wrong. But when we look at the bigger picture, I'm still afraid with Draymond's back injury overall. If you really, I guess, man, it's just all about the playoff experience at the end of the day, and they want to make the playoffs, so he's gonna play through it no matter what. And I guess that's that, right? Pods continues to hit a little bit of a rocky wall. Had a better all-around game, but the offense has been rough. He's been afraid to use the right hand, and a little ball pounding. Just weird from Pods a little bit, but he played just 23 minutes, and I like that. Steph had an okay night, right? But he wasn't needed today, really, which was nice. And Clay continues his hot streak, with Trayce obviously being his partner in crime, who had 13, 5 and 2 with 2 blocks in 25 minutes, as he continues to just be skyrocketing in the rotation. And I hope he gets, honestly, I wouldn't mind him getting a starting spot and moving Wiggins off the bench, but at the same time, Wiggins, if you get him engaged, which you probably need to do at the start of games, it wouldn't make sense. Moving Kuminga back to the bench would feel cruel. So unless Draymond sits out, I guess you can't really put Trayce in the starting lineup. But without, Draymond, it also wouldn't be as nice, because the defensive tandem of those two has been really great over the last couple of games or so, where they are playing start of the fourth quarter together and start of the second quarter together, I'm pretty sure. So, that's been really nice. And when we look at Chris Paul also, he continues to just play sensationally after his return from injury. 12 points, 14 assists, 4 rebounds. Chris Paul has been awesome, man. Shout out to Chris Paul. And GP2 continues to struggle defensively, but at least, Steve Kerr is recognizing it. It's tough, man. It's tough with GP2. You love him, but maybe there needs to be there are conversations to be had with GP2 heading into the offseason, honestly. But like I said, Wiggins getting going early, Kuminga getting going, and getting engaged in that second quarter was huge. And Clay and Trayce continue to build their chemistry. Chris Paul off the bench continues to be great, and the bench unit overall continues to be great with Clay, Trayce, and Chris Paul just playing probably their best ball all season, right? So that's awesome. And yeah, it was pretty much a vintage end to the second start of the third quarter for the Warriors, and we never looked back, which was nice, man. It was a nice, clean game at home, which has not happened in a long time. And the Grizzlies put up a good fight, right? Shout out Gigi Jackson, shout out Jaren Jackson. Santi Aldama was, on us in the first half. But thankfully, they didn't have enough, even though their length and size really did bother us early on in this game, because they still have a lot of lengthy, athletic, young, players, which obviously isn't great for our older players and not as athletic, really. So there's that. And we get a huge win when we look at the standings once again. We're obviously still right there with the Lakers. And we're playing the Pacers tomorrow. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's on Friday, which means I'll be making a video about it on Saturday. And we'll see, man. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to see what's gonna happen here. And at the end of the day, Kuminga and Trayce, their development is what matters the most, and that continues to be a huge plus of this season. And other than that, we'll obviously have some huge questions heading into the offseason, which we'll talk about there. Right now, we'll take it game by game, and hopefully we can maybe get into the playoffs and maybe, play a little bit of a spoiler for a number one seed, which will be the Nuggets, which, yeah, highly unlikely that we'll play spoiler for them. But if we could get into the 8th spot and maybe get against the Thunder or the Timberwolves, who I predict will end up as the number 2 seed, I still think Denver has it, then we could maybe stir up some pot, man. But thank you all for watching and listening. As always, be kind to yourself and to others. Go Dub Nation, go Warriors, and I'll be here with the Pacers Warriors game on Saturday, baby. Saturday.